You mentioned you
Yeah.
think that people are worse off today than they were 5 years ago or in 2020. I'm curious.
Cost of living wise, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm curious. Do you think that that trend is going to stay the same? In 2030, do you think that people are going to be even worse off than they are today?
I'd put it at more than 50%, so maybe 60%. Yeah, they're probably even more worse off if the cost of living increases go the way that they're going and nothing gets changed with wages.
So you attribute it mostly to a cost of living.
Yeah, I mean, grocery prices are way up. Energy prices are up, but that's because of the war. But even before then, energy prices were up. I mean, the inflation stuff from COVID still just like 4% was the last one. But that obviously that had some energy, but still it's over 2%, right?
Yeah, even filling up the gas tank recently, it's now $6 a gallon at a lot of places.
You drive a Tesla.
I do, but I had to fill up another car.
Oh, okay.
And I was paying $6 a gallon for gas for the premium.
Yeah.
And that adds up fast.
Yeah, it's that bad.
So what do you think is hurting people the most right now? Do you think it's inflation, housing, interest rates, or lifestyle creep?
I think it depends where you go. In San Francisco, housing. San Francisco rents are crazy right now because of the AI boom. And a lot of people can't afford housing there because everyone that's coming there for rent is AI, right? And so they're getting this inflated salary, or this, not inflated, but high for their industry salary. And the rental market there is small. So I would say there, housing. But I would say across the board, probably inflation is probably like, I would rank that the highest. And inflation does include rent prices too.
That's crazy. I just see it. No, I don't think that it's the cost of living. Like, I think that, yes, the cost of living is increasing, but you can live elsewhere. Like, you can move and have cheaper housing.
I think easier said than done, though. If you have your whole community in one area, your family's there, your friends are there, it's hard just to pick up and move somewhere else.
I'm not saying like
without
move to a different
product.
state. I'm just saying move into like a cheaper place and move in some roommates. Like, I still live in a house with 5 people. I have 4 roommates. You know, you can make living cheap. I could choose to live in Vegas and spend $10,000 a month on rent, or I could choose to live in Vegas and spend $700 a month on rent. If I'm renting out rooms. So like, the way that I see it is, yes, the overall environment might get more difficult to live in. I 100% agree with that. But
there are always solutions.
But there are absolutely solutions, and the problem will not get solved if you put the burden of solving the problem on other people, or on the environment, or on cost of living, or inflation. Like, that's just not going to solve the problem.
I agree. It's not going to solve the problem, but I think you can still recognize like the reality that a lot of people are facing, which is like, it is more expensive.
For sure, but I would never attribute it to the number one problem that's facing people if they're dissatisfied with where they're at financially.
Oh, well, if that's the question, then yeah, then they can make better choices, or different choices to maybe save money. But still, I think that is the number one thing that affects everybody.
Well, since so many people live paycheck to paycheck, including those making over $150,000, $200,000 a year, at what level is living paycheck to paycheck purely a spending problem?
Probably over $150,000, $200,000 a year. Yeah, at that point, it is a spending problem, because what is $150,000 a year after tax? Like, take home, like you're bringing home $10,000 a month. Let's say your rent is 40% of that, so $4,000 a month. You got $6,000 left to work with. At that point, it's probably a spending problem, unless you got a family of 4.
What would you say?
Outside, I think, of New York and San Francisco, I would say probably.
Yeah, I'm also talking, outside of New York and SF. Because I think in New York and SF, 150, even in Seattle, 150 is like, or Austin, 150 is maybe closer to the median.
I would say really anything above like $90,000 a year, you should be able to save some extra cash.
What about you, Jack? What do you think the threshold?
I'm going to get so much hate for
What are you going to say? $40,000 a year, Jack?
I mean, it depends. So like, if you're living in a place like Las Vegas, like, this is like an average cost of living city, I'm pretty sure, like in America.
I'll go, yeah.
If I was earning $50,000 a year, then I'm sure that I would somehow be able to find a way to save save $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. I just think it's doable. I would move
what
in
salary? $50,000 a year?
$50,000 a year.
That's going to be $42 after tax.
42 after tax, 4,200 after tax. So that's 25%.
So it's like, it leaves me with
25%.
$30,000. So like, my rent would maybe be $1,000 a month. Like, the rooms that are in my house are renting for like $750 to $1,000 a month. So let's just call it $800 on average. So then you still have, what would you still have? You'd still have $20,000 a year to like spend on whatever. So like,
well, then it's car. And we're talking car insurance,
Yeah.
potentially gas,
True.
maybe utilities.
Okay, car
some
insurance for the
food.
year, let's just call it $2,000, right? So you have 18,000. Then you have food, let's just say $400 a month. So you're down to
400 is not that much for food. I mean, maybe if you're doing like, meal preps and Costco.
how much do you want to give for food?
Probably $600 a month for food.
Okay, $600 a month for food, which I think is pretty high.
Okay.
But let's just say you're at 600. So that's what, $7,200, $7,000 per year. So what is the math? Now we're down to like 10K after car insurance, after food.
And then you just have any other entertainment, any other like random life expenses
But
that
here's
just
the thing,
seem to come up. It's always
even
a plane
when,
ticket to see your family.
I agree with you, but when I was making $50,000 a year, I was not doing those things. Like I was not spending money on entertainment because I think that like it's more important to be saving money and like focusing on increasing my income. And then once I was able to do that, then like maybe my tolerance for like, or my bar where I set like I can afford these things is just a little bit higher.
Here's the thing though. I think it's easier to do that when you're 20 or 21.
Yeah.
Harder to do when you're like
20, I agree with that.
100%. Like 30.
Without question. I agree with that.
If someone's 30, it's going to be tougher than if you're like just toughing it out at like 19 or 20.
I agree. And if you run into like a crazy emergency expense, 3Gs, that could easily just take a dent in all your savings, right?
Yeah, but that's all the more reason to have a savings and to not spend it on things like going to the theater or like subscription services or buy now, pay later.
I just think that $50K a long time ago would have given you a little bit more breathing room than that. Because right now it just seems like $50K is really
100%. But I just don't like saying online that you have an excuse if you're making less than $90,000 a year to not be or to be paycheck to paycheck. Like I want people to think that they can not be paycheck to paycheck even at $50,000 a year. Like I want them to think that they can still make some compromises, make some sacrifices,
of course.
and like decrease their entertainment budget by $100 a month to be able to save and invest that money for a rainy day or if an emergency happens.
No, I agree. I think, I've recently been interviewing a lot of my viewers because I have like this new show where we do like, I review 3 viewers per episode, and a lot of them are early 20s and they make 50, 60K and they're saving 20, 25%. So it is possible, but their conditions are also really good, right? They maybe live with a couple of roommates. They have really low expenses. That's pretty good. Or maybe they're just like still in school. So stuff like that.
I agree. I just think that like online, if you say that like, oh, like if you're making under $90,000 and you have a reason for not being paycheck to paycheck is an easy opinion to take because people are going to be like, oh yeah, like, I making $80,000 a year can't save. And this guy just validated what I had to say. So like people are going to applaud you for that. But I would like, it's a more dislikable opinion to have to say like, oh, well, like you should be saving money even at $60,000 a year. Granted, this is assuming you have no kids,
right?
Like you don't have like some debilitating, heart condition.
Sure. Yeah, I think I agree. With good financial discipline and good habits, you can still make it. Yeah.
Let me take a wild guess here. You have not got a Father's Day gift yet, and it's June. The date's coming up.
And by the way, we know the dads are impossible to find gifts for because they seemingly have everything they need, but that is why we've partnered with our friends MagBack to get you 15% off the entire site when you use the link and code down below in the description.
They have gifts that your dad will actually use, like the MagBack Elite case. There's a built-in finger loop for your grip, side rails so it doesn't slip, a kickstand that folds right in, and magnets strong enough to snap onto any metal surface, desk, car, wherever.
And you could also pair it with the MagBack Smart Wallet, which snaps right onto the back of your phone. It holds your cards, and you could even ping it in the event you'll lose it and want to find out where it is.
This is actually so embarrassing, but I kid you not, I used to have 2 wallets. Because I would lose my main wallet so much, I would have a second wallet with a passport card, credit cards, and cash, and I kid you not, I'd use it probably once a month. But with my MagBack, all I have to do is ping it on my phone, and boom, bada bing, I know where my wallet is, and I have not lost my wallet since. It's incredible. And if you want to go further, they have multi-chargers, car mounts, Tesla chargers, key tags. There's something for every kind of dad. So get a gift your dad will actually use this year with MagBack. The link is down below in the description. And if you use our code, which is shown on the screen right now, and also down below in the description, you will get 15% off your entire order. And just make sure you order it before the 17th of June so your package will show up with enough time. Again, the link is down below in the description, as well as a code for 15% off your entire order. Happy Father's Day. I am so confident your fathers will absolutely love everything from MagBack. Thank you to MagBack for sponsoring this clip.